Vast Nation viewers, our last phase of the interview with our Honorable Rodgers, who is an MCA Ngeria ward. The last question, Mheshimiwa. NASA is dead, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a celebration for the people who are at the backyard of the new party, that is a UDA?
No, the reason is because we were not fear of any NASA party, because even if it is dead, we were not fear. We were ready to face it.
So you were just supposed to.
We were ready. We were ready.
NASA being alive or dead?
Yeah, okay. Because behind every election, behind every general election being held in the country, we have competitors. So we were ready for NASA.
But do you think it is going to give you a free ticket or make things slightly easier towards the competition for the presidency seat?
You know, for us, we are not competing against our rivals, but we are competing against our. We are seeking for votes.
But the other day, the Right Honorable the Deputy President said, "I guess the only person who is supposed to give me stiff competition when it comes to aspects dealing with the running for the same seat is Honorable Raila Odinga."
Somehow he was right, because comparing Right Honorable Raila Odinga with this other former NASA teams, including Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, those people have been following all the Raila Odinga. They are not serious people. They have not come with their own agenda. Their agenda, as usual, has been Raila Odinga and their manifesto. So what about them? That's why Deputy President mentioned that his competitor would have been actually Raila Odinga, but not these other rivals.
And do you think the fallout of the same party is going to give you a way forward, or it has made things more difficult for you people who are coming from the new party, the UDA party?
You know, the weakness for us is not about a serious competitor will compete against us, but our manifesto or our agenda that we are going to implement will give us a free ticket for state out office. So if we give out ideas to Kenyans that is going to sell our manifesto, obviously it will be free ticket, but not our competitors.
Okay.
So that's my perception.
So you're not in a position to say yes.
Yeah.
For the same guarantee.
Our agendas will be our competitors, but not the rivals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jubilee is dead, right?
Jubilee somehow I cannot, because I cannot say it is dead or alive, because for us we are focusing for our party UDA to face against any ready party.
But do you still say Jubilee has got the same power that it had before?
It has no, because without the Jubilee, the founders of Jubilee who are actually on our side of UDA, it cannot be the same again, because the strongholds, those individuals who have come from Jubilee to UDA have left the space, so that space cannot be recovered. Meaning Jubilee somehow it has not been it is not the same as it was.
So Mheshimiwa, do you say the fallout of the NASA isn't a celebration for the UDA people?
It is not a celebration for us, because for us we are focusing on agendas that we will sell for the millions of Kenyans, who will give us an opportunity for the next government to be formed. Okay. So we are not. The fallout of NASA is not a milestone or an advantage for us.
So do you think it's supposed to foster in some unity, or it's going to create separation, not only for the leaders, but inclusive of the citizens of the Kenya?
But you know, historically the politics of our country, when we are nearer to every election, we tend to witness formation of new parties. So for us, we are welcoming each and every leader who is willing to join our ideas of UDA. Okay. So comparing NASA, let them prepare the way, and we will compete against them. Goodwill in 2022.
And you talk of these people doesn't have an agenda to sell. The Deputy President has been talking of they are competing with me. They are not even aware of that they are supposed to come up with some agendas for the Kenyans. Yeah, you also conclude the same. These people doesn't have an agenda.
You know, if you focus for against an individual, that's not an agenda. Another. Okay. Historically, the politics of Kenya, you have to have your manifesto, your agenda that will sell to the millions of Kenyans who will take you to the State House. Comparing the William Ruto agenda, he has been selling his ideas from the bottom up. That is why we are focusing for that to implement that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our aim.
And for that matter, or within the same line, the Right Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta is yet to give support for a given person who is supposed to be nominated to run for the presidency, either coming from the ODM party or the entire NASA brigade. Do you think among the 5 people, one is going to get the support, or anything can happen?
We may not know, because each and every person mind comparing. For example, the president, I know he's a voter, he's a Kenyan, and he's going, and most likely in his heart he will admire to give someone an added advantage through endorsement.
Okay.
But the politics of Kenya currently, the poverty that is dominating within our society, cannot force someone to be voted because of endorsement. Okay. You have to sell your ideas to Kenyans.
But a president plays a bigger role for someone who is supposed to chip in for his position. And maybe if you still remember the communication, or even when you talk of the Mount Kenya region, the UDA party gained popularity not only in the Mount Kenya region, but also in the entire nation. And for that matter, the previous by-election that was conducted in Kiambaa, the leader who won the election was coming from the UDA party. Do you think the support that Ruto gave in contributed to his winning?
For me, it was not about the support that Ruto gave out to the Kiambaa residents, but it was manifesto and the agendas that he sold to Kenyans, to those voters who are from Kiambaa. So the Kiambaa voters fought for agendas. They never fought for Ruto. They fought for agendas because they needed hope in leadership. Okay. That is why they have given us an opportunity somehow, those by-election that has been held.
But Mheshimiwa, before you proceed, I remember the Deputy President making a call. He requested for people to vote in for the same leader. That is, on behalf of his absence or even the presence of the Deputy President, he requested them to vote. He never mentioned of the agendas.
You know, behind Ruto talking to, for instance, Ruto, I can say that he paid a courtesy call to those Kiambaa residents to support his. UDA is a party that is new, and party leader currently is Deputy President. So for us, in preparation of 2022 election, he has to lead as a role model for his manifesto to be fulfilled. Okay. So he will not, he cannot relax behind, and he needs support from all the residents of the Republic of Kenya. So that's why he has to lead by an example. Then we follow as upcoming growing leaders.
Okay. And having known the other time during the contention for the same seat, the president never went to the Mount Kenya region to claim for some votes for the running mate who came from Jubilee. The only thing that the president mentioned, he said the people of Mount Kenya region should be very much keen and watch out for any leader who is coming through the window to court the people of Mount Kenya, to say no to them. And again he went ahead of talking of Mount Kenya residents should always be in to embrace any leader who comes through the door. Who comes through the window, who comes through the door. Mark the two different statements. Who do you think the president was trying to figure out is the people coming through the window? Do you think the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya used the window route to court the people from Mount Kenya to vote for the Kiambaa leader who won the election?
You know, Nathan, for my case, I cannot say that actually Ruto was the one the president was mentioning, because he never ended up mentioning the name of an individual who will come through the window or through the door.
But who do you think is that person whom the Kiambaa or the Mount Kenya resident should be very much conversant, vigilant, watch out to always ensure anyone who comes through the window to create any courtship should be rebelled?
You know, for us, we are not focusing on such words from the president, but for us, we are ready to sell our ideas. So that is why.
But the president, do you agree the president had an intention for the statement?
He had an intention, but he left us hanging.
And who do you think was the person who was supposed to?
You know, it will be hard for me to guess, because I don't know who the person who's.
So you are also not aware.
I'm not aware, but okay, I'm ready to sell our ideas.
Oh, there is no problem, Mheshimiwa. Thanks so much, Mheshimiwa. It has been a kind progress, and it was very much important and nice hosting you today under the umbrella of the Vast Nation Media Department. And again, maybe as I conclude, very many Kenyans have been in dilemma in the interpretation of the current statements that are just hovering around the entire nation, of bottom up, ups bottom, including of different leaders who are on the opposition or who are against the Deputy President. They gave several examples, different texts. What can you guarantee the entire nation as the real meaning of the bottom up that was brought up by the deputy president?
You know, the story of bottom up is a wide story, but due to the
but
time,
in brief, you can
in
explain.
brief, I can say that actually, for reassurance of the fellow Kenyans who are somehow worrying, what is the real meaning of this bottom up? Is that actually for long term history of leadership, we have been focusing on improving such big factories for the accommodation of unemployment rates that has been actually lowering each and every day due to poor economy within our country. But for us, the bottom up, we will start by empowering these mama mboga, border riders, so that the majority of these people will be around around this region of this bottom will be empowered, and hence with the empowerment of these people, the economy of the country will be actually move a milestone. God willing, after 10 years, if given an opportunity for the UDA party, God willing 2022, led by the deputy president. So this bottom up will mean that we are doing the vice versa. We are starting empowering those small businesses within our country, because currently millions of Kenyans have no job and they have to survive. They have to earn a living. So what is all about the idea of improving
so in simple terms, Mheshimiwa, do you mean bottom up is starting from below?
Below. That is where we are. That's where.
Below.
Yeah.
The other time I asked you a question of having came up with different agendas under the UDA party. I asked you a question. There is this dynasty term and the hustler. Do you think there is a bridge in between the two terms?
You know, Nathan, people have been misquoting us. You know, wait for me, because actually I have to narrate something. I have to explain something.
I'll give you a chance, Mheshimiwa. Do you think there is a bridge?
There is no bridge.
There is no bridge.
There is no bridge.
So why did you come up, or why do you think the people under the UDA party found themselves mentioning the two terms? Does it mean there is a difference?
There is difference from the mouth of those people who are against our ideas. Because for us hustlers, we have dynasty within ourselves.
An hustler is someone who is starting from somewhere, right?
An hustler is someone who came from nowhere to somewhere. You know, historically, you must be owning. For example, the deputy president.
Okay.
Later, I may use him because it is a public figure. For example, the deputy president is an hustler. Is an example of an hustler. He was selling chicks. That's why he can narrate something of his own history, that God brought him from this place to this place. Now he's somewhere. That is why people are now, some of them are dynasties in terms of wealth. But historically they are hustlers. They came from nowhere to somewhere. That is what we want. We want to take someone from nowhere to somewhere historically.
What if I ask you this question? Historically, an hustler is someone who began from zero.
Yeah.
Either being at the top now or in the middle.
Yeah,
that is called an
hustler.
What about the dynasty that you once mentioned?
The dynasty is someone who has actually been, for example, you are coming from a well-known family through inheritance.
Okay.
But you never sweat for that inheritance. You found it when it is ready.
Give an example of the person who just inherited.
You need, for the sake of I cannot mention someone's name because this.
But there is evidence. You can mention with evidence.
No, but it wasn't something to argue about.
But there is.
But according to my explanation, I've said the dynasty.
So you don't know an example of a dynasty in Kenya?
Yeah. We have many.
But you cannot mention Mheshimiwa.
We have many, but I cannot mention them because it might be. It may. Some people may sue me as if I've underrated them.
Okay.
You see.
But being called a dynasty doesn't mean you've underrated. You know, someone cannot deny the position that he is in. But
you know,
for the sake of...
I'm explaining my agenda of hustler narrative. So that's why, when given an opportunity, call someone from dynasty and maybe interview him somewhere.
But you the ones, I've never heard those people who call themselves dynasties coming up talking of we come from dynasty.
You know the issue of dynasty. For example, the issue of dynasty. Let me mention this because I cannot see any crime.
Okay.
The right honorable Raila Odinga.
Okay.
This is someone who has been actually being born from a family that was well known.
Okay.
But
so
he never looked upon his wealth through his hands and his hard work.
Okay.
He found it when it was ready. So that is why I can say that he's from dynasty.
Okay.
But for us, we have dynasties within ourselves in an hustler brigade. But historically, where they came from, they were hustlers. They came from nowhere. They had nothing. Their parents were not known, but they have actually been known. You see, through their hard work.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, my last question, and before you say something to your Ngeria ward residents who are supposed to back you up for the same position. The stand for the UDA party. Every Kenyan has been making close follow-up. And to be very sincere, the UDA party has been gaining fame. It has been growing that fast that you have also experienced and seen. Before that, during the campaigns for presidency, that Raila was among those who ran, but he failed before getting into the position that he is currently. I remember Raila also had some popularity. The NASA, if you can remember the terms, Tialala, Tibim, it was very much heard and known, exactly like the position that UDA is currently. Do you think by then the Right Honorable Raila Odinga gained some sympathy for it, because several leaders were against him? Exactly like now, the Right Honorable the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, several people are against him. Do you think there is a way he's going to gain some sympathy for some the Kenyans?
You know, Nathan, currently we don't have, due to hard life that millions of Kenyans are facing.
Okay.
I cannot say people now are blind. They cannot see a leader who is real,
Okay.
who has his visions about the
You said
federal government.
because of what?
Yeah, because I've said we don't have blind
Because,
Kenyans.
no, you said because of every Kenyan who is undergoing what?
I was undergoing hard life. I've said hard life.
Meaning some Kenyans are undergoing some difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay, that matter brings out what?
That matter brings out an idea
Yes.
who will be sold to Kenyans
Okay.
for a given opportunity for a leader like Ruto to be given a chance to lead the country. So ideas of Ruto will give him an opportunity to be elected as the president. No, the favor.
So you mean Ruto is very much conversant about his hard life for the Kenyans?
Yeah.
That gives him an opportunity.
Yeah, that gives
Not
an
the
opportunity.
sympathy votes that
No,
people
the
are talking
sympathy,
about.
not the sympathy.
And once again, coming to the end of our interview under the Vast Nation Media, I'll be glad to usher in a new and in a given style for our host today, who is called Rodgers MCA from Ngeria Ward, to give some vote of thanks to his loyal viewers, and also not to forget to say anything small or something small for the Ngeria Ward residents and the entire Kenya nation citizens who are watching us live today, and take at least 3 minutes to say something to your people.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I want to take this opportunity, Nathan, for hosting me today as through this show. I'm actually I had an opportunity to join you today, and for the viewers who have actually been following my political issues and agendas, I want to say thank you so much, because through you, my prayers have been actually answered in such a way that I'm seeing hope that good willing come 2022 general election at my ward of Ngeria ward, I see that I will be given an opportunity to lead my fellow residents. To my fellow residents, fellow voters, youths, women and men from my ward, I want to seek for your votes. I want to seek for your prayers, and I want to seek your support. Support me no matter where I come from. Support me no matter the age I am, and give me a chance to give you hope, to bring prosperity, to bring a better leadership, because actually the youths of my ward are actually there are many. Most of them are jobless, and my agenda, I will come and empower them. The women also, I will come and empower them, and God willing, if given an opportunity in which I am sure the far and I've worked within my ward, I've interacted with women, I've interacted with youths, I've interacted also with men, our parents. They have actually advised me in various ways of fields of leadership, in which, if given an opportunity, God willing, next year, I will bring hope in terms of leadership. And I want to pray that actually, God willing, 2022, let's always pray for our current deputy president, because he is our leader, he is our party leader of UDA. Finally, I want to seek my voters that as we move forward, let us unite, let us have peace, and my competitors, I will welcome you to the field of politics. Let us do politics of peace. Let us not bring hatred within our political forums. Let us love one another and sell our ideas. For our ideas will give us an opportunity to be re-elected. Otherwise, my full names are Rodgers. We shall move forward together as the residents of Ngeria Ward. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. May God bless our country, Kenya.
Coming to an end, we have been very glad to have you and our loyal viewers outside. We really congratulate you for taking your time to still move with us, starting from the time that we began the interview, and right now as we make the conclusion. We really appreciate you, and for you being the loyal viewer and the love of the vast nation itself, we never fail to say thank you. I'll see you around. Come next time.